Well, hello there. It's me, Brian, with HappyThumbsGaming, and we're back with some more LEGO Star Wars The Complete Saga. This is Episode 6, Chapter 2, The Great Pit of Carkoon. Free play! As you might have guessed, it is free play. We're going to get all 10 of those mini kits. We're going to get that Bounty Hunter Rocket Red Brick. And we're also going to get that 70,000 stud requirement for that True Jedi, which will give us the last 2 gold bricks we need and only leave us with those stinking blue mini kits. I can't wait to get to those, which are coming up soon. We're almost, basically, we're in the home stretch of free play, which is pretty sweet. So, speaking of which, go ahead and choose Forlom as we load ourselves in. And I will, okay, listen, I'm going to start a pretty large rant that'll continue for a large portion of this video, but I just want to say I am very happy to almost be done with this game, mainly because of a few minor flaws that actually are pretty major if you ask me. Like, for example, right now there are 4 or 5 or maybe 6 guys shooting at us from across the way, and at times it can be very overwhelming because you can take them out by reflecting their shots back at them and taking them down, or pulling out somebody like Forlom to actually shoot them, but they keep respawning. And every time they hit you, it stops you from a particular build, as you can see that's happening here. So there are a couple of tricks that you can use to go ahead and sneak around, but I am not very fond of them, and they didn't work as GUD as I would like them to. That's right, the wrong good. That's not the good. Okay. Mini kit, though. As you can see on the first ship, there were 2 boxes we needed to smash and rebuild into little mini turrets. We did that, and it was pretty easy as there were only 2 or 3 guys shooting at us. Now it gets a little trickier, and although I would like to say, hey, just go ahead and take them out, it doesn't work. Now, there may be some sort of way that you can stop them from coming out, but I was not aware of it, and I didn't want to go all the way over there and mess with a bunch of stuff and then come all the way back if that was the way to solve it. So, that being said, I suggest doing a little shimmy in here. You can see I'm doing a little stand-in-place serpentinage. That's right, I'm kind of moving from left to right. Each time I get very minorly tapped, it stops me from building for a second. I'll move just a little bit to the left. It's the old Han Solo rule, right? Just lean a little to the left. Anyways, here we go. We got the first one up top. After we get all 4 of those built, you jump up on that top spot, grab it, and then drop down and use somebody like R2 to float out and grab that mini kit floating on the old plank. That's right, walk the plank with R2. Now, as we progress to the 3rd ship, we get rushed by a couple of bad guys, as well as, you guessed it, Boba himself. We're going to go ahead and take him down with a couple of, jump and attacks. And I find that the old jump attack works pretty good, but also just the single jump and attack works all right on him as well. Depleter Demeter, that's right, once all 4 of those hearts are gone, he's actually going to take off, and we're going to have access to that 4th ship over there with a couple more bad guys, which will lead to the backside of that main ship there, and where a bunch of mini kits are, so that's pretty sweet. You can see we actually depleted Demeter fully. He is gone, and we can go ahead and wait patiently for the ship to swing. That's so convenient that it just comes over this way. Now, there's tons of studs everywhere. All these little railings provide some studs, and you can see we've already gone way above and beyond the 70,000 studs needed, and we barely just started the level. But that's due to our stud multipliers. Now, if you've been following along, you should have the 2 and the 4x stud multiplier, and the good news is that soon we're going to get that 8x multiplier. I think it's on the next level, in fact. And we will buy that for like a cool 10 million, so save up your cheese, as we're going to need it. All right, did you see we used the Force not once but twice? It was actually the dark side of the Force, too, that allowed us to get over to the far right side. Now we're going to go ahead and use the grapple to get up top. Once we do, and both guys are up here, smash that middle spot and build up those bricks in the mini kit number 3. Now, we're going to want to flip these, as they will help us here in a minute. Nope, psych, they're just going to give us some studs. And what a weak payout that is, if I might add. But go ahead and keep on with the keeping on here. And as we progress, we're going to find ourselves all these little spots that we can lift up. Now, we saw these on the other side, too. And to be honest with you, I wasn't really sure what to do with them. There are studs behind there. And in our case, it's actually going to have a couple of hack panels that will lift up these different gates that will eventually lead us to a mini kit. So just simply go to the big ones. You can pretty much find you don't have to open them all up. Some of them are good to go, and you can just go ahead and basically what it is you've got big ones and little ones. The big ones are generally going to be either a switch to flip or a hack panel to hack. And in our case, we want them both, as we're going to need access around the corner there. And it's a little bit of a jump, and although our droid could probably make it, we don't want to risk the biscuit, you know. All right, so here we go. I believe this is the final hack terminal that we're going to need to go ahead and give us access to that Minikit, which is now right above us. But it will require a little bit of backtracking, and of course, we're going to have to use that grapple point. Hey, we on the gram if you am. That's right. Don't forget to check us out on social medias. We have quick links down below for not only Minikits, but also our social media stuff. So if you're somebody who likes to hang out on the Facebook or Instagram or something like that, make sure you're following us. We have all sorts of updates, giveaways, you know, just good information for you. And all right, so there was the other lever. So there's 2 levers you need to flip to make easy access once you get this Minikit, that is. And now that we've removed all those big doors, we actually had a little gate we had to take out. So I threw a thermal detonator, and booyakashow, it took me right to that Minikit. All right, as we jump right along, this one is right in front of us too. We're going to go ahead and smash and build up the bricks left behind into this grapple point. We're going to go ahead and rat it on up. That's right. Up top, we got a bad guy and a couple of levers. Now, I have a little bit of an AI, not so aim. Look at this in the background here. So what's happening, I believe, is there's a little bit of conflict. I am actually using the force, which is triggering the other character to also use a character that can flip a switch. And he wasn't able to do that and grapple, right? So we don't have a grapple character that, for whatever reason, Forlom cannot flip switches, which is kind of weird. Hey, there are quick links down below, as I reminded you just a second ago, to go ahead and get to that next collectible. In fact, we're going to have to go to, what is it, 5 or 6 now? It's 6, actually, as I look at the list here. So take out a few bad guys. If you don't remember how this works, essentially we need to use the force to lift up both panels. There's going to be a handful of bad guys that come and try to thwart our plans, and I recommend taking them out because it can be extremely frustrating trying to push this around or whatever and getting shot in the back. If you don't have the invincibility red brick turned on like we do, that could be really problematic too. But essentially, you want to have red, yellow, blue as your color pattern, and you'll know you've got the right ones as they will light up green. If they are red around the edges, then you know you've got it wrong. Fail. Anyways, we'll go ahead and enter the giant ship and smash our way into some bricks here, which will reveal a turret, which we can take out some stuff. I actually tried to cut some corners here. I thought maybe, just maybe, you don't need to take out the entire wall, but you do. And I went ahead and built up the other one just because there was extra studs, and why not? And I recommend that you hang out on this guy for quite a while and take out all the bad guys that rush you, because why not? It's just easier. As we make our way into the next room, there are a few things that need a little help in hand, a little forceage in need here. We'll go ahead and use that to move some stuff from the right to the left. And then we're going to smash that stuff we built and then move that stuff from the left to the right. And look at that, we've got what we need. But before we advance here and build that hack panel, we're going to actually switch to somebody's sissy smell and slide on through to the other side. Check it out, we've got a couple of bad guys in here. They're not going to mess with us too much unless, well, unless we present a bad guy there. They don't mind the robots, so I highly recommend sticking with the robots. Once you're inside there and you take them both out, though, flip both levers, and it should reveal that Minikit. So next up, we got to build the rest of these bricks up and complete the hack terminal here, which will get our bee-boo-ba-boo-bee-boop on. And all right, anybody else excited to be almost done with the free play age? What's been your favorite character so far? What's been your least favorite level? I've had a few levels that were not, I don't know, I guess they needed to get good, and maybe I just needed to get good. Either way, it was not fun for me. Like any of the levels that have like continuously spawning bad guys, those were just the worst for me. Once we got the invincibility brick, it helped out a little bit, but it's still just not great. Now this room here, we used a thermal detonator to blow up some silver bricks to get inside here. Really, it's just a payout room. There are tons of studs, things you can destroy high and low, and of course there is a secret room in the back there. If you take out the right side panel, as we already have, it reveals that there's a little walk path. A walk path? A walkway. How about that? A sidewalk. We'll go ahead and take that and get the bluesy and a couple of other studs too. Next up, we will keep on with the keeping on. We'll notice that there are some bricks on the left side that require the force. We're actually going to build a disco room here, and then we're going to have to complete a series of moves. That's right. We're going to have moves like Saga. I don't know if they're really that good or not, but it works. It opens the door, and we actually distract the guards in the next room, which will give us a hot second to go ahead and smash through the wall on the left side and collect a Minikit. In fact, we actually have to take out a whole bunch of windows and then build up the remaining bricks into that Minikit. But we're not there yet. We actually have to complete this disco pad first and get our jungle boogie, jungle boogie. All right, here we go. We're going to go ahead and build up both speakers and then use the force to lift up what appears to be some sort of a gong. It's like a mallet of some sorts. I'm not sure what's going on, but we lift it up there. It actually opens up the floor, and now we've got all these white spots that need to be stepped on. Once we step on one, our partner steps on the other. Go ahead and do that until they are all complete, and it'll open up the door. Make your way in there as these guys are now distracted, and switch to somebody like Forlom, who's got them detonate us, and he can go ahead and explode everything around us. And you can see here, each panel leaves like 1 or 2 pieces, and once they are all destroyed, it will leave us the bricks needed for that Minikit. Thank you very much. All right, come on, Vader. Outside, as soon as we exit that door, we find ourselves on the top of what appears to be like a pirate ship, but it turns out it's just the top of the... What are the names of the... I always forget the names of these things. I am the worst. Like, I used to make fun of Doug, but I'm not much better. I'm a little better. I'm a little gooder, but not much. All right, you can see we actually used that spot to go ahead and grapple up, and then you can double jump or use a droid like R2 to lift yourself across that gap. Use the grapple once more and hit up top to grab that Minikit. Now we drop down here. This one is kind of funky because there's like a glitch in the game. So what we want to do is we want to hack the far or the upper spot here. As you can see, I just did with C-3PO. It actually removed the force field from that weird, I guess it's like a giant, what do we have them listed as here? We've got them listed as a large box. I'm looking at our description. Well, I guess we could have done a little better than that, but it is truly a large box. So shout out to Gary for writing the guide for this game. I have been basically guided to every collectible and all the information I needed thanks to him and his hard work. So if you have not already, definitely drop by the old website, HappyThumbsGaming.com, and drop a thank you to him. Now, it is possible that the site might be down still for you, depending on when you watch this. But if it's not, you know, say, hey, special thanks to Gary. All right, so here's where the glitch is, right? The Minikit is right below us right now. I'm having a hard time getting this lined up so that it actually locks into place, and in a minute it's going to explode or do something for us. I don't remember, but essentially what we need to do is we need to take out that top spinning target. Once we do, it will reveal a spot that we can crawl underground there. You can actually see underground. There's where that Minikit is. But watch this. Somehow I just get it. And if I'm being totally honest, I actually did a playthrough where I got all the way to the end and tried to find all the Minikits so I knew where they were, and it worked for me then too. So I'm hoping that that works for you as well. But if not, there is a second plan. Now, I'm also working towards getting that red brick, and I don't want to overlook that. So you want to jump up here, use the grapple to get up top. Once you get up top, use a droid to float across and collect that red brick. But essentially, if you are not able to collect that Minikit back there, you're going to want to build the gun up top and shoot one, not both of those big spinning targets, just one of them, and that should reveal the underground passage, which will then allow you safe way to that Minikit. So I know that's a lot, and I'm sorry I didn't show it to you that way. Normally I try to go the long route and make sure that everybody, but I'm assuming that since it happened to me twice, that it should be able to happen to you too. Now, I do have a little bit of an edit here because I had a wee brain fart. And I forgot what I needed to do here, which was ground pound these ladders, which will then allow me to use the force. I knew that I had to do something to complete a ramp to get up there, but I couldn't figure out what it was. So I ran all over the ship, collected a ton of studs, and, well, I even took out a few bad guys as well on the process. And I didn't figure you wanted to watch all that when all we needed to do was lift this up. But again, hey, don't forget to click that subscribe button and ring that bell as well. But if you are struggling to get that Minikit and you're still watching this looking for an explanation, I promise this right now, you charge this gun up, take one of those giant spinning targets out, work your way back down there, and you should be able to slide underground and collect that Minikit. If you take them both out, though, that's going to end the level for you. So just a little heads up there. As you can see here, we got that Bounty Hunter Rockets Red Brick unlocked. We also got that True Jedi requirement, and then some as we stacked up way too many studs. But the good news is we don't have too many because we need 10 million, as I mentioned, for the next stud multiplier red brick, which we get in the next level, which happens to be the Speeder Showdown, which is a fun one. That's actually kind of fun. All right, here we go. We're stacking them up, building up that giant ship that I can't remember the name of, so my bad. We'll go ahead and get paid out for that as well as, well, both of our gold bricks. So, hey, check it out. We got 100 of the 160 gold bricks. It's pretty sweet. That is going to wrap it up, though, for LEGO Star Wars The Complete Saga, Episode 6, Chapter 2, The Great Pit of Carkoon Free Play. Hopefully you found this video entertaining, maybe a wee bit helpful. If you did, don't forget to smash that like button down below. And, of course, a comment left behind means the world to us, too. So, hey, as you guys know, I'll be around back soon with another one. As always, until next time, see ya!